Hey, what's up guys? Today we're working on Be Like That by Kane Brown with Sway Lee and Carly. Now this song's great because it only has a one chord progression which goes throughout the whole song, and it's actually a pretty easy one. So our chords for this song are going to be D, an A B minor, and a G. And then we go back to the A again. Now to make this sound as close to the original song as possible, we actually want to use bar chords fairly high up the neck. And that's going to be a 6th string major bar chord at the 10th fret for the D, to our 5th string major bar chord at the 12th fret for the A, to our 6th string minor bar chord at 7th fret for the B minor, and then back to our 5th string major bar chord at the 10th fret. And to learn how to play those, you can watch my full bar chords video, which is in the description below. But for now, we're just going to play it as open chords. It is going to sound different to the actual song, but it's still going to have the same effect, just lower in pitch. So our D, pop your first finger up at the 3rd string in the 2nd fret, your 2nd finger on the 1st string in the 2nd fret, and then your 3rd finger on the 2nd string in the 3rd fret. And our strumming pattern is pretty simple. We skip the first beat, and then do a down up, and then down. Now if you're feeling really confident, you can add some little muted strums in there as well. So I have a muted strum on that first beat. And you can either mute with your left hand or your right hand. So with your left hand, just take off your fingers so it's still touching the string, but you're not actually pushing down. And then for the open strings, you might just have to move your first finger so it's just touching all those strings there. And with your right hand, it's usually actually in conjunction with your left hand muting. Basically, we're just touching all the strings to the side of our palm. So we can add a muted strum on beat 1, and then another down up muted right here. And that's what they're doing with the original song as well. It is a little bit easier with bar chords because you're already touching all those strings. You can just focus on the left hand. But you can get a similar effect with your open chords. And that's going to be our strumming pattern for the whole way through as well with every single chord. Then we move to our A. So your first finger up on the 4th string in the 2nd fret, 2nd finger just below that on the 3rd string in the 2nd fret, and then 3rd finger on the 2nd string in the 2nd fret. And same strumming pattern. Into our B minor, pop your first finger on the 1st string in the 2nd fret, your 2nd finger on the 2nd string in the 3rd fret, 3rd finger up on the 4th string in the 4th fret, and then your 4th finger on the 3rd string in the 4th fret. And then to our G. So pop your first finger on the 5th string in the 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the 6th string in the 3rd fret, 3rd finger on the 2nd string in the 3rd fret, and then 4th string on the 1st string in the 3rd fret. And that actually goes for half as long, and we move back to that A. So altogether, that will sound like this. Now, as I've already said, that is quite a bit lower in pitch than the original song, which is played with those bar chords up top here. So what I'm going to do now, so we can still use open chords, but get a little bit higher, is I'm going to put my capo on the 7th fret. And we're going to do the same strumming pattern, but now with a G, to a D, to an E minor, which is a little bit different to your standard E minor, but I'll get to that in a bit, to our C, and back to our D. So our G we've already been through. And our D. Now our E minor, pop your first finger up on the 5th string in the 2nd fret, and your 2nd finger on the 4th string in the 2nd fret, and that's your standard E minor. But what we're going to do to get a little bit closer to the chord movement in the actual song is add our 4th finger onto the 1st string in the 3rd fret. And to our C. So your first finger on the 2nd string in the 1st fret, your 2nd finger up on the 4th string in the 2nd fret, and then your 3rd finger on the 5th string in the 3rd fret. And back to the D. So altogether, that'll sound like this. So a lot closer to the original song. But there's still one part we're missing here, and that's at the end of the chord progression, where we want to add our 10th fret first string note, or 3rd fret in relation to the capo, now 12th fret first string note, or 5th fret in relation to the capo. And that's as part of the C and part of the D. So what we can actually do is just use our 4th finger to add those notes in. So play your standard C, and then add your 4th finger onto the 3rd fret on the 1st string. Our D is a little bit trickier, a bit more of a stretch. You can just play your standard D and then add your 4th finger up onto the 5th fret on the 1st string. But it's a little bit of a stretch there, so what I would suggest doing is actually putting your 1st finger in the same place as the D, so your 3rd string on the 2nd fret, then using your 2nd finger onto that 2nd string 3rd fret, and then adding your 4th finger onto the 5th fret on the 1st string. So now with those 2 extra notes, it's going to sound like this. And that's much closer to the original song without having to play any bar chords. And there we go, guys. That's the same guitar part throughout the entire song. Leave any comments, questions, or requests in the comment section below. And make sure to like and subscribe. I've got new lessons coming out every single week, and you don't want to miss those. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Sam. I'll see you next time.